Okay, I fixed it. Taking a breath. And being that no one is here, I am going to start kitting up and stuff. I'm going to just get myself, going to get this espresso down. Good morning. Welcome to Wit Wednesday, where I have been going live. And if you didn't know it, I'm Elisa Maria. Welcome to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm happy to have you here. And welcome if you are back. We're all happy to have you here. We're one big happy family here. I just made myself something that I have not made. I had a cafe, and so Cafe Bonbon was one of the most delicious things I used to make. So it's sweetened condensed milk. I have 2 shots of espresso, and I have crema on top. You can add a little steamed milk, but I just let the crema rise to the top. Oh my God. If this doesn't wake you up in the morning, nothing will. I got a big shot of sugar in my mouth. So I am kidding up Diana. Even though this is cooled down, if I were to put some ice cubes in here, but I'm not getting up, this would taste just like coffee ice cream. Oh my God. So I'm calling her Diana because I had read that it was called Beauty and Violet or Diana. So I'm kitting her up today. I have everything out. I have my logbook out. I have Beauty and Violet out. I have my DMC color chart out because when I kit up, I give you guys the DMC codes because who knows? I like giving you the DMC codes so that you get an accurate description of what the color is that I'm looking at because you see things differently. Oh, this is not my logbook. Hold on, logbook was here. I had everything where it was supposed to be, and then I went looking for things that I didn't need. Where is it? Is this it? This is it. I really wanted to print off too. Hello to whoever's here. I really wanted to print off the picture of Beauty and Violet then I'll be looking for a pen and it's in here. My book, I'll do that later. I have one of those sticker machines too that you can make a sticker, but it's only going to make it it's only going to make it in black and white, so I'm not into that. Okay, let's take a look at what we got going on here. Here we go. Here we go on my desk, my crazy desk. There she is. She's got a nice case in front of her. So for all the room that I make for myself, I still don't have enough. Does anybody else have that problem? I know a lot of you are working out of apartments and stuff and, very small spaces. So, but I wanted you to be able to see Diana while I work. I keep calling her Diana. What is going on? Well, like I said, when I was looking at public domain artwork to have reproduced into a diamond painting, this came up, and it was called Beauty and Violet because she has a violet dress on and she has a violet ribbon through her hair. So this came up, and it was actually noted that she is sometimes called Diana or sometimes called Beauty and Violet. Now I only read that in one. Probably I read that on Google Arts and Culture because the first thing that I did after I decided that this is what I was going to do, I go and look at the artist, because usually what I do is I do a master class on the artist and their creative process. And I saw plenty of paintings that I thought would be beautiful by Paul Francois Quinzac, I believe is his name, Paul Francois Quinzac. That would be beautiful diamond paintings. Allegory of Music is very highly pasteled with this mint green and pink, and it's a woman with I can't remember, I think it's a harp, and Cupid is like, looking and, getting ready to shoot an arrow, or he's whispering in her ear. It's very pretty, very pretty. Not my color scheme, not my color palette, but, I don't mind venturing into giving myself a challenge and venturing into different color palettes. My color palettes are more these teals, purples, blue greens, forest greens. And I was thinking, I have a light on my wall that highlights actually the painting that I had on my wall. I'll show you. There, you're getting a glimpse at night's rest too, because I'm still working on her. So that piece of artwork is my neighborhood, but I have like a little artist lamp on there, and I had bought that because it had it installed because when John and I were married and we honeymooned in Cape May, um, he ran to the gallery. You know, we pulled up to where we were staying, and he ran into the gallery, and I was like, I'll meet you over at Congress Hall. Bye. And but what he was doing was he was taking a painting that he had bought for me, and he was putting it in the car, and he hid it. And the next morning while I was sleeping, he drove all the way back home, and he put the painting in the house so that it would be here when we got back. And it was of Kincaid, and it was a winter scene. And when we were getting, now that we're getting work done, I'm kind of like, why is it doing this to me in the middle of what I'm doing? Why is it now giving me that the orientation is locked and rotate the device back? You know, I'm going to just keep going. I don't know what to do at this point with this orientation. I thought I fixed it, and evidently I didn't. And like, what now? I'm going to have to rotate this back. So maybe because I turned it around. Oh, God. Anthony, everybody has been popping on and off. I am having, I think I'm having like one of the weeks that you have. I'm just not encountering wildlife. YouTube is my beast this week. I was starting out one orientation and then it told me, no, you're go back to the other one. I'm like, I'm in the middle of filming. It's 10 minutes and I'm in horizontal and you're telling me to go vertical. I don't know if I'm sideways or what, but thank you for stopping in. You had me hysterical all this week. I spit my espresso out a, a few times with some of the funny things that you said. It was just, you keep me company in the morning while I'm getting myself ready. So number 37 is 3825. So what? Oh my gosh, everybody's been, and I've been waving to anyone. Please send me. Do you see me? Am I sideways? Am I upside down? I'm gonna do this whole video over again. Thank you, Anthony. 37 is number 3825. You have to laugh. Pumpkin pale. I've never had this color, pumpkin pale. You have to laugh. If you don't, you'll go loco. You'll go loco. Number 38, I'm down to my, hi, Jenny. Hi, my girlfriend. How are you? You never send me, I find it so funny because you'll say something and you'll be like, wait a minute, I have one more thing to say. And I never get tired of the, because I speak sometimes and write in a continuous sentence, so I don't get tired of like the multiple text messages. How are you? I just did a whole live here with no audio. I wanna, what color did I say this is? I'm getting off track. 3830. Let me give you guys, because now the orientation went crazy. I'll give you an idea of what I'm doing here. I'm writing my DMC color codes in my book, my journal from my book, DMC color chart. But here she is. Here's my cafe bonbon that I had. Thank God for that, or I'd be dead on the floor. But here she is. This is a custom kit from Dreamer Design. This is my second one. I kind of never get tired of doing master canvases. And, you know, this one I saw with Summer with the Masters, and I really I didn't participate in Summer with the Masters like I did every year, like where I was like watching videos and you know, I don't do Summer with the Masters for like gifts or anything like that. I really do it just to see what everybody's working on and you know, different canvases and you know, getting you know, kind of some feedback to what they were doing. And so I did one Dreamer Design custom kit. They did it, they reproduced the Klimt for me, Lady in a Hat with Feather Boa, and I went back to them to do this one. So you know, I just I love her. I can't wait to get her started. She's doable. There's not a lot of confetti. I could see a lot maybe in this area of the canvas. I could see a lot. Let me show you guys this way. Um, I could see a lot like in her dress. And I still haven't gotten, like I have audio taped my notes for the confetti tips and tricks that I kind of learned while I was doing Lady in a Hat with Feather Boa, because there was a background scene that they blurred out. It was a Paris scene, and so they blurred it out, and I I was like going nutso because I can only take like a little bit of confetti, and then I but when it was done and I hung it up, which I do, as you guys know, I hang my, there's my Muka, there's my Night's Rest. This one is from Diamond Painting Shop, but the one that I just had delivered is from Diamond Art Club, because I have the Moon from Diamond Painting Shop and I have this one from Diamond Painting Shop, and I really wanted to see the difference in the rendering with Diamond Art Club, but I'm going to get, I have Winter from Diamond Art Club. I didn't open it yet, but I want to do Winter from Diamond Painting Shop. I mean, I love Rosa. I love her renderings. I was listening to you, Anthony, with Primrose, and I did watch some of it, and I had the same impression as most people that were telling you. I was like, well, where is her leg and where is her dress? And it breaks my heart because I'm the same way. I have a few diamond paintings that I purchased that when my Yorkie was alive, I had my Yorkie for 19 years, and when he passed away, I was like, I somebody gave me a kit that they bought off of Timu, and it looked exactly like my Yorkie. And I had kitted it up, and I had did like a little, remembrance thing for him, but I just can't bring myself to do that, and it kills me. And then I have a couple too from the ones from Michael's Maker Mark Make Market. It comes to me eventually. Make Market. I have a few of them upstairs, and it was actually Anthony that when he said button type drills, and I was like, that's what these are. These are like nonpareils, little nonpareils, and we just didn't jive. Yeah, right. We didn't get along. And so like I had started one of the Venucines, and then I put that away. But then I have one of the make market of the Yorkie that's all like these vibrant colors, and I have yet to do that. So it makes me sad when, we earn our good hard earned money and we spend it on something. My thing is totally different, but I did get a kit from Craft Ease that totally wrecked me as a new diamond painter. It totally wrecked me because I was like, is this what diamond painting is? you know, I don't have the patience for this, and I'm glad that I hung with it and tried out other companies, but that painting totally wrecked me. It really did. I didn't like the way that it was delivered. It came so late that I had forgot that I had actually ordered it. So, you know, it's really hard to get a diamond painting and then not be able to finish it. But I did want to see the renderings from the Mukas for Diamond Art Club. Now, there is a Muka that I want when I was doing my masterclass on Muka. I believe that it's Summer. If you look at the original poster for Summer, that's not the one with the poppies in the hair. Um, Summer was a poster for carriages in Philadelphia, like a carriage shop. And I was like, what? I think it was like a Philadelphia expedition of carriages. And I'm like, first of all, it's Philadelphia. That's my hometown. Second of all, that beautiful red and the poppies in the hair. Oh, I was dying. I was like, I need to get this. But it's Summer, and I've never seen it, and I don't know if you could have that reproduced, being that other diamond. Like I'm still such a baby to diamond painting of like um different companies, and there's a lot of companies that I try to branch out into. I still haven't gotten anything from Jaded Gem Shop. um Distracted by Diamonds, I'm kind of like on the fence. I'm kind of like not hearing anybody. There's pros and cons, and I say this all the time. I don't compare companies because everybody has their vision, and you got to let people, they had a vision, they opened the company, and they're working on it now. Dreamer Designs, in the very beginning, I was like, people would call them a poor man's Diamond Art Club, and I thought, everybody's got their vision of how they want their company to go, and I don't think it's fair to compare anything. Let people be who they are. And I seen the progression in diamond art and Dreamer Design where they have upped their game. If I go back to some of my older kits that I did, I could see the difference. So I've done Diamond Art Club, I've done Dreamer Designs, I've done a Diamond Dots. That was my first summer with the Masters. I have Lady in Gold waiting. I want to do her during the holiday. I just think she's so festive that I have to do her during the holiday. Um, what other companies I've done? Like I said, Crafties. And I think that that's like been the extent of diamond painting shop. I think that that's been the extent of my diamond painting experience with companies, but there's certainly companies that I want to venture into. I think the next on my list is Jaded Gem Shop, and she has like a Tinkerbell. There's like a vase on the table with flowers and little Tinkerbells kind of just hanging off the side of it with her sassy self. Um, I love that one. I've seen Heaven and Earth diamond paintings, and I'm morally ambitious. If I do a little block of confetti and I teach myself a couple of tricks, I think that I can go full on into like Josephine Wall, which is like, I just like I'm always up. I guess maybe I'm always up for a challenge. So I have that in the back of my head. Though I've seen, I think it's Diamond Painting Anonymous. I think she does a lot of Heaven and Earth, and she did this like gigantic canvas, and she was like, and being, I think it was her, and I think that she was being tormented throughout the entire process, and I was like, oh my gosh, a diamond painting that big with that much confetti, I don't know that I would have been able to finish it. I don't know. I think I would have just wrapped it up and I would have said, okay, lights out on this one. Um, who else? I don't know. I mean, I'm dying to see more artsy type of diamond paintings, even though when I watch unboxings and I say, like, I would never look at that painting. I would say, nah, that's like too, not my style, or that's maybe for a younger girl to do. But then I see it get unboxed, and I see like Anthony had one this, I don't know if it was this week because I kind of jump around Anthony's page. He's doing one for his friend, and it's the cutest thing. He's like, it looks just like her. And I was like, I would never look at that painting, but now that he's explaining it, I'm like I want it. I don't even have a friend that looks like that. I want it. And that's what's so exciting about unboxings, that you get to see the unboxing, and you get to, I like the way Lizette does it too. Lizette Craft and Tells. She will do an unboxing. She will show you her progress halfway through, and then she'll show you a complete and do a review. And she just did another portrait this week where she did like like, I don't do landscapes, and I'm like, that is such a beautiful portrait. Why don't I do landscaping? It was so peaceful and relaxing, and it reminded me of when I would travel to the different keys when I lived in Florida. I lived in somebody saying hello. I lived in Sarasota, and so like you're like 10 minutes from every key. It's like, you want to go to Casey Key, you want to go to Lido Key, you want to go to Siesta Key. And it reminded me of like Florida when I was there. Like, why don't I do landscaping? Maybe I should venture into that. So there's so much about this craft that I love and love exploring, but I would love to see like more artsy. um I think was it Tiny Wonders that actually started Summer with the Masters, because I remember that maybe she was with Summer with the Masters for like, when I came on, it was her and Katie, and it was like such a baby. Like, they were actually showing people's artwork and being like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're doing this. And it was like maybe like 30 or 40 or 50, maybe even 50 different portraits. And then like, it just like this year, I really felt how big Summer with the Masters has gotten. And I think it was so smart that everything is now done electronically, where you're not worried about gift baskets and that. Yeah, here you go, electronically. Here's what you won. And like I said, I don't do Summer with the Masters, or I don't do like drills and chills, and I don't do jingle drills or any of that. I do it for the community and like to see what everybody's working on. I don't listen to things for keywords and stuff. Um, I think I had one start that I think it was Lindsay. She wanted like a keyword on the canvas, and I just was like, all right, well, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not doing it for prizes, but I was just like, there's like just so much that you have to absorb sometimes with these things, and I'm in it for the fun. I'm in it to see what everybody's working on. I'm in it to hear what everybody's different style is, and why they chose that painting, which is why I want to do. I've been talking about this since I started my YouTube channel, is why I want to do. It is big. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love your unboxings, and I know that I call you the master of enhancements because you got me the courage to enhance my woman in gold that I got from Rosa. I got it from Diamond Painting Shop. She's smaller, um, and but I was like, Anthony said that when you look at a painting, whatever catches your eye, that might be what you want to enhance. And I was looking at one portion of that and I said, well, this color is not only condensed in one area, it's throughout the whole portrait. And this is in the Klimt style. I'm going to go for it. And I took the topaz drills and I went over to the diamond place where you get all the enhancements at, and I got that in a glitter and it just gave it that Klimt feel, that it was like gold foiled in the background. I loved it. And I got the kiss from Diamond Painting Shop because her enhancements were 3D flowers. So I sat there. I don't, which one was it that you did this week? Or maybe it wasn't this week, but you took us along on your little shopping spree to say, well, this is what I want to enhance. And like, I'm going to go over to the computer and I'm going to show you what the color is and we're going to pick it out. I love that video. It was Friday night. It was Friday night. I think, but you might have not been, you might have been camping or something. I'm so invested in your life. It's funny, but you really do keep me company. If I'm dying, I'm like, let me see what Anthony's doing. Where's Apollo? Where are they? I need to look at some mountains. I'm trapped in this city until I can get free in April and get on the road. And what is so lovely about retiring is, um, I don't have to take a plane to Florida. I can get in the car. I can make multiple stops. I could stop, along the way. I want to stop in Baltimore. I'm going to stop in Georgia, Virginia. So I'm looking to just get out of this city that is just, I feel trapped. I feel trapped. But that's great. I would love, like Lizette does those big paintings. I would love to. I have nowhere to put them. My cat is crazy. I don't know what it is with cats. Did he get to this one yet? But they like the glue. I love the koi. I love the koi. That's beautiful. It is. Oh, I love comparison videos too, which is why I did the winter Muka with Diamond Painting Shop and winter Muka. I didn't do them yet. I didn't even unbox them yet with Diamond Art Club. I'm looking to do a comparison, and then I look at Katie at Diamonds and Washi, and didn't she do, like, what was it, the candy shop? Did she do two of them? That painting is amazing, and the amount of confetti, and I think that she did two of them. I'm like, how? How? I'm trying to get through Night's Rest, and it's basically color blocking that's left. How is she doing this? What kind of magic goes on in her house? Do I have to move to the West Coast and get some of that magic? Yeah, I can't wait for you to do the comparison. But again, like, I love that you look at a painting and you're like, well, let me see what I have, and I'm gonna enhance this and I'm gonna enhance that. Now, I thought about that when I opened up this beauty that I love. I just love her. And again, Dreamer Design is going to, if you say I want an AB, they made the moon the AB, and I really looked at the palette when I opened it up and I was like, the purples are just purple enough. Well, they actually give you a mock-up. I don't know if you've ever done any kind of custom with them. They'll give you a mock-up and they'll say, what is there anything that you want that should be different? And I did. I wanted to really, in the original painting, you don't really see, where is it at? The purple in her hair. And I wanted this a little bit darker because I think it's called Beauty and Violet. And so I want to have that violet be a little bit more. And they did a beautiful job. And I told them that before they did it, and when I opened it up, they were like, "Are you satisfied?" And I'm like, "Don't touch it. I love it. She's gorgeous. Just ship it, ship it to me quickly." And the moon, the crescent moon, which has such significance for me and my husband, because we love the song by the Water Boys called "The Whole of the Moon," and they're not a lot in the painting, But it was like that too with the Klimt one that I got, Lady in a Hat with Feather Boa. Is she around? Is she hanging around anywhere? Um, when they gave me an enhancement on her, I may put her away for the time being because I have so many diamond paintings out, and it gets to be like, oh no, she's here. So they did this one for me. And when I was diamond painting the face, when you're up on it, it's like it's not making any sense. But when I pulled her away, all they concentrated all the ABs in her face. And I love, again, they captured Clint because he would do oil and he would do like pastels too. And so they made the rendering of her face more like a pastel, and I love it. And there's my this was my confetti breakdown. Literally had a breakdown. But then when I hung it up and I was like, oh my God, that is stunning. I love it. I can't wait to finish this. I really have to get on that confetti video of like tips and tricks that I I play these psychological games with myself, and I think we all do when we're procrastinating on something. Like the biggest trick would be like set your timer for 10 minutes and see how much you can get done. Make pretend you're like on a game show and you're rushing for the grand prize and see how much laundry you can get done or how fast you can clean up. So I play these psychological games with myself, and I'm like, you know what? I really think these are, these can maybe benefit somebody that has the same kind of anxiety that I do when it comes to confetti. Like I think it's Mia, she loves confetti. And for her, it's probably very relaxing. For me, it's like, I'm like catching my breath throughout the whole thing. I'm like, I gotta get up. Let me get up. Let me go get a drink of water. Let me get up. Let me put, like, I'll put YouTube on. I'll put like Rick on from Get Fit with Rick, and he has this great music, whether it's disco or 70s. You feel like you're in Studio 54, and I'll dance for 10 minutes and then I'll come back. That's how I trick myself into getting into confetti. Because I don't know that I have, yeah, I think I've had multiple paintings. I don't know what happened to me. I was the girl that would um, only do one diamond painting at a time. I'm like, I'm going to do this until it's done, and then I'll buy the next diamond painting. Now there's diamond paintings all throughout the house. I'm driving my husband crazy. He stopped. He drives a truck. He delivers for the post office. He's driving a truck. He pulls over. He thought he had a tick on his leg. So he pulls over, he's examining his leg, and he picks it off. He calls me, he calls me on FaceTime. He's like, I thought I had a tick. It was a 310 diamond drill that was stuck to his leg. I'm like, please. I have diamond drills in my bra. I don't even know how they get there. I don't know how did they go from the canvas to my bra? I don't know. The life of a diamond painter. Oh my gosh. I'm totally reading here. I know. Jenny, what are you working on? While I sip my cafe bonbon. It's ice cold, but it tastes like coffee ice cream. Oh my God, it's so good. Sometimes I really miss my cafe, but then again, no. Are you working on anything, Jenny? I wonder if, being that I was talking for 50 minutes with no volume, I wonder if, I have to look that up. Who's it by? Because now again, you're taking me back to Florida where we had the little geckos that were running around. I wonder if, I'm thinking out loud, I wonder if like this is alive. Like, will they let me trim down my nonsense of talking for 50 minutes with no volume? Or should I just put like a note, like you can't even like edit this, you know? Oh, Rose Catherine Kahn. Now, see, now I don't know this. Is that the artist or the shop? Because I know that there's another shop, Rose something. Um, one of my subscribers told me about so much confetti. There was early, like maybe early last year or late last year. It's Diamond Art Club. Oh, I'm gonna look it up because my son said, "Mom, what do you want for your birthday?" My birthday's on the 26th. I'm like, "Go to Diamond Art Club, sign up, and I'm gonna make a wish list for you. And anytime you want to buy your mother something, just go to this wish list. I'll keep you updated on any changes." So I don't even know. Like he took me to lunch yesterday. He calls me up. He's like, "You want to go get pho?" And I'm like, "Yes, I want to go get pho. I'm always in the mood for pho. Like the vermicelli noodles and all, like the lemongrass and the jalapenos and the bean sprouts and the steamed chicken. Oh yeah, sure, I'm there." Um, so we were taught, but when food came over, I was like, "Okay, here, put this away when we get back to the house." I lived in Sarasota. I miss it so much. We're actually, being that my husband is a letter carrier, there's an organization called National Association of Letter Carriers. It's called NALC. I always think of Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCartney in that show The Heat, where she goes to her family and they're sitting at the table, and who is it? Is it Bill Burr that's saying, "Are you a narc? Are you a narc?" But he's saying knock because they're from Boston. Um, so it's now Crest. Thank God they changed it to now Crest and not knock. Um, and so we're on the waiting list. I've been telling him since last year, "Get on the waiting list, John. Get on the waiting list. Get on the waiting list." I lived in New York. It takes a while for your name to come up, and of course, he didn't listen. And so he's like, "Well, I'm going to call when I'm close to retirement." Well, close to retirement means that we're now 3 years away. But the thing is that we could spend time there. We can rent an apartment there. So we're going to rent an apartment for the month of April. And it's like central Florida. And I've been to the West Coast. I've been to the East Coast. I like the West Coast better. Um, but I like, this has been my dream. This has been my dream to move back to Florida. And like, I lived in Sarasota. My son was little. He went to Gate School. He loved it. He got out of Philly and he got out of like Catholic school where there was just too many rules for little boys that have a lot of energy. So I was so happy that I got him in a different environment when those formative younger years, and he just had so much fun living in Florida. And then you know life happens, and I'm going back to Philly, and I'm like, oh my God. Uh, but I'm coming back, Florida. One of these days, I'm coming back, and it's coming soon. I was actually headed to Florida when I was going through my divorce. I was like, I'm going to sell my house. This is it. I don't care if I have to do it solo. I'm going back to Florida. I'm going to find a place, and I'm going to sell my house here. My son wasn't living here. He was in, where the heck was he? This kid. My son has been has that wanderlust. So he's been not too far. I mean, like, yeah, Orlando is a bit busy. I had a restaurant in Tampa, and so I would go from Siesta Key from Sarasota to Tampa every morning to run an Arthur Treacher's fish and chips, and that was a lesson in franchises. I paid for that education because I went bankrupt and got myself out of bankruptcy, and then that's why I moved back to Philly. I had to go back to what I knew here in Philly, which was the medical industry, and get myself, you know get the debts paid off. I wasn't going to file for bankruptcy. Get the debts paid off, and it was like, one day I'll be back in Florida. One day, so it's here. It's here. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be back in Florida. But I like where we're at. It's like central. I think Vero Beach is the closest thing that we're going to be to near, and we can get to Sarasota, which is like an hour away, and we can get to his cousin who is in Hollywood, which is like an hour away. So that I like, because again, there's no schedule. We're not rushed. It's not like, oh, we're only here for a week and then we got to go back. We're going to be there for a month. We're going to get a good feel for the place. We're going to decide if we still want to be on this wait list, and which I think we are, because I'm not going to be living there year round. I'm going to be here in Philly. I like a change of seasons. I like being here for the fall and the winter. And then I go back hurricane season. Oh my God. We got slammed last night with Debbie. How are you with this hurricane? We got slammed last night with Debbie. We had my phone was going off. I thought it was an Amber Alert. It was, do not get on the road. That's how bad it was. And like I'm not. We're inland. I'm not like near, not that close to the water. Tampa was a bit busy too. Tampa was really, really congested. Where his cousin is in Hollywood, that's a bit busy for me too. Yeah. I don't care. I'll take a hurricane. Just get me out of this city. I love my hometown, but when I moved to Florida, I was like, this is my hometown. This somewhere, my spirit was here, and for whatever reason, it traveled to Philly, and we got to get this spirit right. You belong here. You belong in Florida. I love the warm weather. I love it. And Sarasota was good for like a lot of walking terrain. So in that aspect, when you're in Florida, for me, I felt like I was not even in the States. I felt like I was living on an island of paradise. The Gulf of Mexico was just beautiful. I lived by the water. I loved going down to the marina. Um, and I dealt with all the crazy weather too. You know, um, the year that I moved to Florida was the year that my son came home with a map and some push pins, and he's like, "Mom, yeah, me too. Me too. I came home to Philly in the summer and they were having a heat wave. It was like 103. And I was out in the yard tanning myself. My mother's like, "How are you outside?" I'm like, "It's not hot." You need one good summer in Florida and you're never hot again. Your blood gets so thin, you can handle anything. But my son came home from school. He's like, "Mom, can we hang this up? I have push pins. I need to track tropical storms. I think it would be fun." I'm like, "Okay." The first tropical storm that he tracks turns into Andrew, category 5 hurricane. My first, my first few months in Florida, and I was there for a category 5 hurricane. And believe me, I'll take the hurricanes over, anything, snow. And then I came back to Philly and they had an ice storm where everything was encased in ice. It was like you were living in frozen. That was more dangerous than the hurricane. At least the hurricane blows over. I mean, of course, it causes its damage and destruction. But this, all you heard was ambulances for days because people were slipping, sliding, black ice. There were so many injuries and casualties throughout that whole thing of like not being able to get outdoors until it thawed out. Like it was like totally bizarre. It was like it's not something that you say, "Oh, the winter's coming and we have to be prepared for ice storms." It was just so totally, totally bizarre, that whole thing. Andrew on one end of the spectrum and then the ice storm on the other. But I miss it. I can't wait to go back. Can't wait to go back. I love it so much. Love it. I don't know. I think John's gonna have a hard time. I might just hitch my wagon to somebody there and be like, "I'll see you when when our name comes up on the list. You come back. You can come back. I'm gonna live here." We could live there. We could live there. We could rent, you know, year round if we wanted to. Wait. I think they really have the rentals. Being that we're going in April, they probably have more rentals than they would in the winter, like when the snowbirds get there. So I'm cool with it. Like I said, I love the cold weather too. Anyway, anyway, I'm talking for an hour and a half here. I'm totally psyched to see what happens with this video. I can't believe that it was off. Oh my gosh, the audio was off. I hope they'll allow me to trim that down because if not, I'm gonna have to put a post up and everything else. And then I think what I'm gonna do, being that I am sitting here and I did all this DMC codes for this kit up, is I'm gonna take a break and just do another video. But anyway, it was nice talking to you, Jenny and Anthony. Who else was here? I'm gonna check out Catherine Kahn, and I will see you guys as always in the next one, which is gonna be like an hour from now. But thanks for popping in. I'm glad we got to catch up. And I will, as I say, see you in the next one.